Chapter 23, Fate's Counterattack. The battlefield lay silent. Mountains crumbled, rivers reversed their flow, and the corpses of celestial legions stained the earth. Yi Tian stood tall, blood-soaked but unbent, his aura stretching across worlds. Yet above the silence, a new sound rose. A whisper. Not from the heavens, nor from the abyss. It came from existence itself. System alert. Paradox detected warning. Cause, sovereign has severed heaven's law. Reaction, fate protocol activated. Manifestation, the weaver of destiny. Objective, erase anomaly named Yi Tian. The sky split open once more. Not with lightning, nor with fire, but with threads. Endless silver threads wove themselves across the void, stretching like a colossal loom. From those threads, a figure descended, faceless, infinite, cloaked in destiny itself. Every strand of thread carried power to alter time, rewrite history, and erase lives before they began. Disciples collapsed, unable to breathe. Even immortals trembled. That is no god, no demon, that is fate itself. Yi Tian gripped his sword tighter. The weaver's voice rang out, not with sound but as law. You defied heaven. You shattered the chains of destiny. One man cannot bear the weight of freedom. For balance, you must be removed. The threads lashed forward, weaving around Yi Tian, trying to bind his limbs, his soul, even his future. Inner threat, destiny binding. Body, restrained. Soul flame, suppressed. Timeline, fragmentation imminent. Yi Tian's vision blurred. He saw illusions again. This time not of regret, but of a life rewritten by fate. A Yi Tian who died young, nameless, forgotten. A Yi Tian who bowed to heaven, a slave of celestial law. A Yi Tian who never raised a sword at all. The weaver's voice whispered. See, these are the truths you cannot escape. You are nothing but a thread. But then, deep within, Yi Tian laughed. It was not madness, but defiance. I faced my regrets and shattered them. I endured heaven's wrath and cut it apart. And now you, fate itself, dare to bind me. His sword domain flared. The sovereign sword world howled, breaking free from the silver threads. System surge detected fire. Authority evolution. Sovereign sword world right arrow sword of eternity. Effect, cuts through timelines and destiny threads. Unique skill, edge beyond fate, one strike to sever destiny itself. The weaver recoiled as Yi Tian raised his blade. Each swing now shredded threads of destiny like paper. Illusions of false futures dissolved. The rewritten past collapsed back into nothingness. The weaver's faceless form trembled. For the first time, fate hesitated. Impossible, no blade can cut destiny. Yi Tian's eyes burned like twin suns. My sword is not bound to possibility. It carves truth. And the truth is this. I am not fate's pawn. He unleashed edge beyond fate. The strike split not only the weaver's body, but the loom of destiny itself. Threads unraveled, scattering across the void like broken stars. System log. Fate's counterattack neutralized white heavy checkmark. Status, survivor of destiny's judgment. Power rank, beyond recorded realms. Title evolution, Fatebreaker. Consequence, the loom of fate has been damaged, chaos across worlds inevitable. The weaver's form collapsed into silence, its final whisper lingering. Break fate, and you invite chaos greater than gods, heaven, or hell. The threads faded, but the warning remained. Across distant realms, timelines shuddered, destinies shifted, and beings that should never have existed began to stir. Yi Tian lowered his sword, chest heaving. Though victorious, his eyes narrowed at the storm he had unleashed. So be it, if breaking fate invites chaos. Then I shall cut chaos too. Above him, countless realms quaked. The name of Yi Tian, the Fatebreaker, spread like wildfire. And in the void beyond, something darker than fate began to awaken. Crossed end of Chapter 23. Chapter 24, awakening of the chaos beasts. The world was trembling. Ever since Yi Tian cut fate itself, reality no longer flowed as it once did. Rivers ran backward. Stars flickered with instability. Forgotten names appeared in the heavens, while old prophecies unraveled into dust. But the most terrifying change was the roar. It echoed from beyond the void, a sound that had not been heard since before the birth of heaven and earth. System alert warning. Status, fate's loom severed. Consequence, ancient seals broken. Threat, chaos beasts awakening. Origin, pre-heaven creatures of entropy. Note, once awakened, they cannot be sealed again. The ground split open. Black fog surged upward like blood mist, carrying the scent of endless death. From within, colossal shadows began to stir, beasts born before the Tao, entities that preyed on gods before there were gods. Each footstep of their awakening shattered mountains. Each breath poisoned the skies. The world itself groaned under their presence. Sect disciples, hiding far away, trembled. Chaos beasts, weren't they sealed by the ancients? If they rise, no realm can resist. Even Yi Tian cannot fight chaos itself. Yi Tian stood alone before the abyss, his robes torn, his sword humming. His body was exhausted, but his will was unwavering. He had broken destiny, and destiny had answered with chaos. Yet as the chaos beast stirred, a familiar chime rang in his mind. New feature unlocked, daily sign-in system sparkles. Function, stabilize fractured destiny through consistent cultivation. Effect, each daily sign-in grants random rewards. Bonus, consecutive sign-ins multiply gains exponentially. A translucent panel appeared before him, glowing with celestial script. Day 1 sign-in reward, Sovereign Sword Elixir, refines chi and blood by 30%. Yi Tian's eyes sharpened. This was no ordinary tool. It was fate itself trying to balance against chaos. He consumed the elixir, his body instantly recovering strength, his blood boiling like a sun reborn. The chaos beasts fully emerged. One had scales darker than void, its eyes burning with lawless fire. Another, with wings spanning across continents, flapped once and tore apart the sky. A third, horned and monstrous, devoured light itself. Each was strong enough to rival an entire heaven. Together, they were apocalypse given form. System scan, Chaos Beast Trio detected. Beast 1, Abyss Serpent devours worlds. Beast 2, Void Rock dominates skis. Beast 3, Ebon Titan shatters creation. Status, unkillable by mortal means. The serpent lunged. Its jaws, wide enough to swallow a city, snapped toward Yi Tian. Yi Tian raised his sword. For the first time, his blade trembled, not in fear but in anticipation. I broke heaven, I shattered fate. Chaos, you are my next trial. The battle erupted. High voltage, the serpent's scales deflected ordinary sword chi, but Yi Tian's sword of eternity pierced through, cutting across dimensions themselves. Fire the rock blotted out the sun with its wings, summoning storms of void. Yi Tian answered with a strike that split sky into fragments, creating a battlefield of shattered heavens. New Moon the Titan roared, punching once and collapsing mountain ranges. Yi Tian parried, the shockwave annihilating entire valleys. Yet for every wound he dealt, the beasts regenerated instantly. Their essence was chaos itself, immortal, unbound. Yi Tian's breaths grew heavier. Even the sovereign sword world struggled to contain such abominations. And then, the daily sign-in system chimed again. Consecutive sign-in reward, edge of the immortal sovereign crossed. Effect, grant sword intent capable of severing chaos itself. Duration, permanent after refinement. Yi Tian felt it, the power of this reward merging with his sword. The blade vibrated, glowing not just with light, but with something beyond. Order itself, forged against entropy. He whispered, voice like thunder. This sword is not for heaven, nor fate, nor even myself. It is for the world that chaos seeks to devour. With one step forward, Yi Tian's aura transformed. Sword energy filled every corner of existence. The world, the sky, the seas, all became extensions of his blade. New state achieved, sovereign of order. Sub-authority, sword of eternity plus edge of immortal sovereign. Effect, lawful strike capable of annihilating chaos essence. He swung. The serpent's body split apart, dissolving into primal mist. The rock shrieked as its wings were severed, scattering into broken void shards. The titan tried to resist, but its colossal form cracked, breaking into dust that returned to nothingness. The chaos beasts, beings feared since time immemorial, were slain in a single sovereign strike. Silence returned. The black fog faded. The world sighed in relief. But Yi Tian knew, this was not victory, but only the first step. The chaos beasts were only the beginning of what breaking fate had unleashed. He looked at the glowing panel before him. Day 1 of the daily sign-in had changed everything. If this is the path fate has given me to face chaos, then I shall sign in daily until I surpass even the chaos of eternity. His voice shook the sky, firm as steel. The era of the Fatebreaker sovereign had truly begun. Crossed end of chapter 24.